Hey guys, welcome to the Go Mango Anime Cast. Tonight we'll be reviewing Darling in the FranXX Episode 7. I'm your host, Makotoa, and with me today we have...
the Cinder Blaze.
And on today's episode, we had a surprise speech episode, which I did not see coming. Alex, what did you think?
Well, that came out of the blue. Because, the way the episodes are structured is that, they don't give us a preview of what happens next. They kind of just give us, a recap of, a one-statement kind of, recap of what happened. Or maybe that's Violet Evergarden. Maybe I'm getting confused. But I know they don't give us previews for these episodes. So when it's just oh, they let us go on a beach vacation, I'm just like, what?
Yeah, no. And they were even surprised because apparently they'd never even been to the beach.
Yeah, I don't think that would be something they would be able to have access to, considering the kind of wastelandish world that we've been introduced to.
Seriously. So it does feel like it's kind of a post-apocalyptic, artificial, they've just got these traveling hubs of life support that they just, travel around in. So great. Random out of the blue thing, but hey, I loved it.
Yeah,
not gonna complain.
It's still a beach episode, and one thing that I really liked about this episode in particular was it made me realize that Garo is actually a dude as well.
Yeah.
That was the first thing that kind of came to mind. Of course other stuff kind of follows suit, but I kind of thought he was just a cookie cutter character that didn't really have any feelings, and he still kind of is, because he's showing the affection for Ichigo, which is kind of a really cliche kind of not stereotype, but development,
I mean, in this show where they're paired together as fighters, and all of the sexual undertones, if they didn't have him at least feel something for her, I would actually be wait, what? I would be questioning that more, honestly.
Yeah, and I respect him a lot more because he has good taste. So,
unlike our protagonist, apparently. I mean, unless those of you who ship 02 and him together, which, I mean, the old man even said that ship's gonna burn if you're not careful. Warning him, but he doesn't care. He's very, what's the word, masochistic or self-destructive in nature, I think our protagonist is. He's kind of
he's really selfless. He doesn't really care about what happens to himself. He puts the group ahead of himself all the time, and too many times, honestly.
I mean, his personal goal in life is just to be useful. So, and now he's felt like he needs to be 02's wings, right? That's kind of the going trend right now.
Yeah, and it's not it was a forced thing that. It's something that he really desired to do and be when he kind of had that near death scene. Right. So I have no problems with that.
Yeah,
but in the early parts of the episode, when they're kind of referring to that and how they officialized 02 and I almost forgot his name for a second. Hiro. Yeah. As partners. And the doctor's kind of telling him oh, you better be careful around her. She'll take it your emotions and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
And the whole way where Hiro himself kind of describes them as an inseparable pair, they are each other's wings. I'm just someone's gotta die.
This plane is going down in flames, right?
Yeah, they won't continuously make reference to them being useless if one of them is or one of them is useless without the other, without actually introducing that actually happening.
I don't know how far they're willing to go in this show, but we have time to get there at least.
And I think that's one of the obstacles for me accepting that ship, because what if someone dies? Then I'll be sad.
Yeah. You don't want to start. You don't want that mailed to you if you know that part of it is going to be missing by the time it gets to your doorstep.
Yeah.
I don't know if that worked as an analogy, but
I didn't even hear it, and then a few seconds later, I actually comprehended it. I was whoa. Yeah. Well, at least we're moving on now.
We're moving on. back to the beach. Let's talk about some of the other characters because I think I have really started to enjoy this team. Like every single one of them got a little bit here and there. So
yeah, that is true.
I was happy. They I mean, as one-dimensional as some of them can be, they've become more endearing to me as they interact with each other, which I think builds upon, their characters as a whole when they're I guess sharing dialogues with each other and how they react to the various members.
Yeah. And like kind of like their own little subgroups that they're kind of hanging out with, like the Goro and the fat dude and the small kid. I always their names aren't coming to me right now, but they will eventually.
As time progresses and we like them more, we'll start to remember their names.
Yeah. But like the way they kind of see like 02 and Hiro kind of like playing off, and they're just like, oh, look at this dude, and they just kind of like hijack him. Not hijack him, but just
kidnapped him, took him to interrogate him about what a kiss is, which I think was really cute and funny. And especially the part where he was trying to like, oh, it sounds actually really good. Hey, let's, kiss me so I can find out what it's like. Oh my gosh.
I kind of half expected him to get raped by all three of them, but thankfully, the girls like discover it, and then they kind of like move the subject off into probably the most interesting part of this episode, when they go visit that city.
When they visit the post-apocalyptic abandoned ruins, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. She that one girl, the quiet one, or the cutesy one with the long grayish hair, I don't know what color. Like, she goes off on her own and discovers a book about how to be a parent with a baby. I wonder where that's gonna go, because she kept it, and I know that's gonna be relevant later on.
Yeah, usually the people who kind of go off on their own and kind of like take something that they probably shouldn't die. So
oh no.
I'm really skeptical about like this series, because I feel like everyone's gonna die at some point. Like, this looks like a series where anyone can just drop.
You've been burned so many times, honestly, because it's Trigger, and like they usually do these. They never make sequels, right? Like, when they finish a show, they finish it. It's not intended to continue at any point. So, I mean, this could be a not kill a kill. Wow, this could be an Akame ga kill situation. But I don't know. This show doesn't like glorify gore and blood so much. I mean, that one episode where Hiro was like wreathing in pain was pretty graphic, but that's one episode in the whole show. It hasn't been such a main staple, so I don't know if they're really going to go the route of just like massacring the whole team. I think this show has a little bit more respect for the characters. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I think somebody will die though by the end of it for the emotional beat of it. But I feel like it sucks, Alex, that like you're hesitating to like get really, too invested into some of these characters just because you're like, you've been burned so many times and you don't want to like.
Well, it's not like that. Like, even with the blonde chick, like when she picked up that book, it feels like something where it's gonna cause drama later on.
Okay.
And like maybe like her death would kind of like spur something within the group. Like, it looks like a very useful death. It's not like it's gonna be disrespectful or a death for death's sake.
Yeah, because I've seen that before, and I'm just like, why did you do this? Why was this necessary? Why did they need? So you're right. I think that if characters die in this show, there will be a good reason, and it will have meaning to it to some degree.
Yeah. And like for some of the other ones, like Ichigo was going around and she sees that poster about like the kiss, and then she kind of reminds herself of what happened with her and Hiro.
I kind of love these little episodes that she has where like 02 finds her alone and starts bullying her. I can't help but like those moments for some reason.
Yeah, like it makes her struggle with like her feelings with Hiro like so much more believable. Like, it just feels so like natural, and like it's actually it's probably one of the most developed things in the show.
She's the most developed character, and I can't tell if this is just 02 being the natural jerk she is or something, or if she's got like some kind of insecurity that's causing her to be threatened by Ichiko in some way, or if she just enjoys making people suffer. But
or maybe it's women's intuition.
Okay.
Yeah,
Either way, I like the interactions.
Yeah.
What else happened this episode?
Well, I think it's probably towards the end of the, like, after they kind of like explore the city. I'm not sure if like anyone else had any like relevant things happen to them while they were exploring. But they go back to the beach. They have a full buffet. No one knows who really set it up.
Yeah,
for
that
them.
was funny. It's like, where did this all come from? Who cares?
Yeah, and like, kind of makes me kind of like distrust whoever's in charge of them, because it really feels like they're just controlling them. Like even when they're like off to go like explore on their own, like even that like brief blip of freedom kind of feels like it's all like according to plan. Yeah. Like right when they're doing that, I think 02 kind of just like distances herself from like the group, and then kind of just goes swimming, and then that's when Ichigo kind of welcomes Hiro into the group and 02, but you know she's not really there.
Yeah, like, that was really weird to me that they're like, let's have a not introduction, but welcoming party, but your teammate that we're also supposed to be welcoming is not here to be part of it. And
you know, like the way that 02 kind of looks at it, you know, like she does kind of feel like she's alienated from the rest of the group, and they always show that in every kind of like episode. Like even in the previous episode when she was like eating lunch with all of them, like she was in her own world with Hiro. Like she put them in their own little bubble and kind of isolated themselves from everyone else.
Yeah, she's definitely not part of the group.
So
it really shows.
Yeah. Oh, wait. There was also one more thing, because we're talking about Owari no Seraph before this episode. There was like this one dude at the very beginning of the episode. He like meets with Hiro, and he looks exactly like Mikaela from Owari no Seraph.
He looks like Mika, yeah. And he's just got this kind of like playful, mischievous little attitude, and he's like, we don't need to bother introducing ourselves. I'm sure I'm sure our paths will cross eventually again. It's just like, so you know, you managed to make it with 02 this long. That's pretty interesting, or something like that. Yeah, it's like, oh, he knows things. Who is this guy? I might cosplay as him.
Yeah, he reminds. I think he was like in that one episode where they beat down the giant Klaxosaur.
Yeah, he might have. I think he was at the tail end of the last episode. They kind of just teased him.
Yeah, so he's probably up to some interesting things. But the homo tones around him, I was like, this seems a bit too familiar.
Oh man. Well, I look forward to seeing more of him.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, but that's about it for me. So
yeah. The only other interaction I think I wanted to comment on was that of the girl who likes to read books, and the loner who's kind of like
with the slick back hair.
With the slick back hair, the salty kid who's just like kind of hates on everyone, but he's still part of the group more than 02, but he's still like, you know? Yeah. He's still, I don't know. I feel like he's going to become relevant again at some point, where like he's going to do something selfish and it's going to cause problems, but I look forward to it because I don't know, I'm interested to see how his growing or festering like disdain for Hiro and everybody, you know, where that actually leads, or if it doesn't, you know, if it leads anywhere, we who knows. But
yeah, I kind of just want him to repair his relationship with his partner, because he kind of did something really mean to her, and like if he does that, you know, I would ship it, but if he doesn't, he's probably gonna die.
He's probably gonna die. He's already dead to me, but he might die too.
Exactly.
All right, I think that's good. Yeah, final thoughts. I think that was it. So, what did you guys think of the episode? Sorry this is out late. Just was kind of out of our hand or control at some point. Others, well,
hey, no, we're done.
Anyways, yeah, we will continue to try our best to get things out on time. Comment below. Let us know what you thought. Give us a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you want to see more from us. And social medias are in the description below. Also, our Discord chat, which you can come say hi if you are so inclined. At any rate, we will see you guys next week.
Yeah, see ya.